Good morning, everyone. So, guys, in the last session, we have discussed one of the CPU scheduling algorithm, that is round robin pair share. Do you remember? We have discussed this algorithm in the last session. What was the approach of round robin? Anyone? What is the approach of round robin algorithm? Yes, Vipul. Time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Vipul. What is the approach of round robin algorithm? How we
Ma'am, each selected process is assigned a time interval.
Okay.
That is time quantum,
Yes.
and process is allowed to run only for the time interval.
Yes.
Mm, then, uh, ma'am, two things is possible:
Yes.
decision mode.
Mhm.
Decision mode preemptive.
Mhm.
Uh, when quantum time is over, or process completes, executes, ma'am, executes.
Okay. Means the process which comes first will be served first.
What, ma'am?
The process which comes first, like first come first serve basis, we execute the processes according to its time quantum, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So this was a round robin approach we have discussed in the last session, and we had done some of the numerical based on that approach. This is the numerical I had given to you. Have you solved that? Have you done this numerical? Yes or no? Guys, have you done this numerical? Okay. One person is saying yes. I'm asking from everyone. Yes, Vasu? Yes. What is the exit time of the last process, and which is the last process which has been executed in this question? The process will be executed at the last. Which process? Fanny? Yes, Fanny. Fanny, are you there? Okay, Fanny is absent. Next, Sanjay. Sanjay. Krupali. Yes, Krupali. Whosoever is done, let me give the answers. Riya says yes. Vishwa, what is your answer, Riya? P3. And what is the time, Rishabh? Vishwa, what is the time of the last executed process? That is 33 seconds. Correct. Correct. Everybody done this? Okay, let me discuss once this numerical. May I discuss this or have you done? So accordingly, you will find the average turnaround time and average waiting time for this question. Right? Okay, let me discuss this numerical first of all with you. Then we will move further. We are having at zero time, which process enters into the system? At zero time. There is no process into the system. Okay, so from 0 to 1, the system is idle. At 1 second, P4 arrives in the system. So the P4 will be given CPU for how much seconds? For 3 seconds because the time quantum is 3 here. So 3 seconds P4 will be scheduled, right? Till P4 has been scheduled, which process arrives into the system? P5. After that, P3, then P2, P3, and then P2. After P2, P4 will again come into the queue. Fine. This is how we follow the approach. Then P5 will be executed after P4 for how much seconds? 3 seconds. What is the requirement of P5? Only 2. So it will be executed for 2 seconds. 6. So P5 now not require CPU. It is done, completes its execution. So P5 will not come into the queue again. After P5 has been executed, P1 and P6 comes into the queue. Fine. Then P3 will be executed for how much seconds? 3 seconds. Requirement is 7, remaining is 4. Now it is 9. It will again comes into the queue. Then P2. Requirement is 6. Remaining is 3. Done. P2 again comes. Then P4. What is the requirement of P4? 6 again. So the remaining is 3. P4 again comes into the queue, right? Then P1. What is the requirement of P1? 5. The remaining is 2. P1, 18. It will again comes into the queue. P6. What is the requirement? 3 seconds. It is completed, right? Again queue में आने की जरूरत ही नहीं है उसको. Then P3. Requirement of P3 is 4. Remaining is 1 unit. And it will come again to the queue. Then P2. What is the requirement of P2? 3. It has been completed. Done. P4. How much remaining? P4? 3. Then P1. What is the requirement? Remaining 2. Then P3 last 1 units. So which is the last process which has been executed? P3. And with how much time? What is the time of the last process? Exit time. That is 33 seconds. Done. So this is how we have executed the processes by using round robin approach. This approach is clear with everyone? Okay. Moving further, we are having some advantage and disadvantage of this approach. We are having some advantage and some disadvantage of using round robin approach also. So let us discuss one by one. Approach हम लोगों को पता चल गया, we have discussed. So we know that it is very simplest because the time slice is given, time quantum is given. According to that time quantum and time slice, we execute the process in the given coming order, right? And so that's why it is simplest to implement. It is the fairest approach, we know that, because we are not just focused on the burst time or only on the arrival time. We are giving the equal fair chance to each and every process for some time quantum, for some time slice, right? And this is the most widely used algorithm we are having, that is round robin. If you can see this is the simplest and fairest approach we are having amongst the algorithm we have discussed today. We have discussed three of the algorithm, if you remember. First come first serve, second one is shortest job first, third one is shortest job remaining next, and last one is round robin, right? So round robin is the most widely used algorithm because it is the fairest algorithm we are having. Why it is so? क्योंकि इसमें हम क्या करते हैं, जैसे कि इसमें हम क्या करते हैं, we just focus on the arrival time, right? What was the process? This is we focused on the minimum burst time, right? Here we focused on the minimum remaining time, right? But here what we are doing, we are not concerned with the process burst time. We just concerned the process which comes first will given, we will give the CPU that process first, but only for some few seconds, right? For some time slice we had given the CPU to each and every process, so the response time and the waiting time for each and every process will not be compromised. As we have seen in the SJFs, for short processes, waiting time has been reduced, but for the long processes, starvation is a problem. Right? So we overcome this disadvantage in the round robin technique with simplest and fairest way. This is the fairest way to give CPU to the processes in our system. Now let us talk about the disadvantages we are having of fairest technique. First of all, context switch is the main overhead here. If you come up with the concept of context switch, we are having a time quantum. For example, we are having a 3 seconds of time quantum decided for each process. So after each 3 seconds, we need to make a context switch, right? So firstly, context switch is overhead here. We need to move from one process to another process after each time slice. Fine. The second we are having, determination of time quantum is too critical. Means when we are saying that like there are two cases given, if it is too short it causes frequent context switching and it reduces your CPU efficiency, and if it is too long it causes poor response. अब देखो ये बोलना कि टाइम क्वांटम क्या होना चाहिए, जैसे कि मैं बोल रही हूँ या तो मैं 2 सेकंड ले लेती हूँ, कभी 3 सेकंड ले रही हूँ या कभी 4 सेकंड ले रही हूँ, ठीक है? मतलब मैं एक प्रोसेस को कितने टाइम के लिए CPU एलोकेट करूँ, ये डिटरमाइन करना, ये सेट करना बहुत क्रिटिकल चीज है यहाँ पर. This is very critical thing to describe. Why it is so? Why? Because there are two possibilities. If it is too short, means if I'll consider for time quantum 2 seconds, what would be the benefit? Response time would be minimum, but the context switches would be maximum, so the efficiency of the CPU will decrease. I'm saying here, if I'll consider the time quantum is too short, then it will decrease the efficiency of CPU because context switching will be maximum. Because we have to we have to do the frequent context switches from one process to another process, right? So that is first scenario. And the second thing, if I take the 4 second, 5 second, or 6 second, the time quantum, if the time quantum is too long and is possibly maximum, then it will cause the poor response time. Because why we are considering time quantum? Because we want each process will get the fair chance to be executed. That's why we are giving a time quantum here, right? So if we take time quantum too long, it causes poor response time for the processes, and it is for short interactive process, means the processes which are short, it will the the time quantum will become, if I'll take 10 seconds for time quantum for execution of a process, and each process requires 2 seconds or 3 seconds, so for the short processes it becomes low interactive, right? So there are two possibilities can be possible over here. So that to decide a time quantum is maximize is most of the time critical choice ki how we can decide the time quantum in this algorithm, because time quantum we have to decide in the beginning during when we implement this algorithm. Fine. So basically this is the algorithm which is most widely used algorithm in four of the amongst four of them. Fine, we are having some disadvantage. First is the context switch, and another one is the how to determine the time quantum. Till we are using this algorithm so far, we are using maximum time round robin technique because it is simplest to implement and most widely we can say that it is fairest one. Fair share is the main advantage we are having in this algorithm, right? Moving further, we are having parity scheduling. We are having next algorithm that is parity scheduling. Now, as the name says that parity, as the name says that parity means now the process which is having the high priority will be executed first. This is what it means. The process which is having high priority will be executed first, right? So आपके जो priority scheduling है वो आपकी दो type की है. First is the primitive and another one is the non-primitive. As we have discussed these two terms a lot of times, first of all we will start from the non-primitive term. As the non-primitive says that if I'll give the CPU once to any of the process, I'll not take it back. Can you change the slide? Which slide I should change? I had already changed Vijay. Can you able to see this? Okay, you are getting the same slide. Okay, fine. Let us talk about the parity scheduling non-primitive part first. As this is the last scheduling we are having in the CPU scheduling algorithms, that is parity scheduling. As the name says that the process which is having high priority will be executed first this time. प्रायोरिटी शेड्यूलिंग का सिंपल सा फंडा है, जो प्रोसेस जिसकी प्रायोरिटी हाई होगी उसे हम सबसे पहले शेड्यूल करेंगे. ठीक है. अब इसमें दो केसेस होते हैं, एक तो नॉन प्रिमिटिव और एक प्रिमिटिव. पहले हम बात करते हैं नॉन प्रिमिटिव केस की. नॉन प्रिमिटिव मींस व्हेन आई शेड्यूल एनी प्रोसेस टू द सीपीयू, आई विल नॉट टेक इट बैक at any cost, but until its process its execution will be completed. Okay, let me take this example. अब आपको priority scheduling में क्या given होगा? You are having processes given, arrival time of the process is given, and burst time of the process is given as per we are having in each numerical. But one more thing will be given to you in the priority scheduling, that is priority of each process. This is the priority. I already said to you in PCB fields that priority is a numeric value, is a number given to you which we assign to each and every process. जब भी कोई नया प्रोसेस क्रिएट होता है तब हम एक नंबर असाइन करते हैं हर एक प्रोसेस को, उसे हम उसकी प्रायोरिटी बोलते हैं. डू यू रिमेम्बर? Right, the from 0 to 5 the process which is having highest priority will be defined by the highest number, right? As the P0 is having the highest priority, then P1, then P2, and then P3. Means P3 is having the lowest priority as it starts from 0, right? तो 0 से अगर मैं 5 तक कंसीडर करूँ, the process जिसका जो नंबर है वो जितना हाईएस्ट होगा उसकी प्रायोरिटी उतनी ज्यादा होगी, और जो प्रोसेस जिसका नंबर जितना कम होगा उसकी प्रायोरिटी उतनी कम होगी, राइट? सो एज वी आई एम सेइंग दैट इट इज अ नॉन प्रिमिटिव अप्रोच. तो एक बार अगर मैंने एक प्रोसेस को शेड्यूल कर दिया, तब दूसरे उस टाइम में अगर कोई हाई प्रायोरिटी टास्क भी आता है तब भी मैं उसको शेड्यूल नहीं कर सकती, बिकॉज आई कैन नॉट फोर्सफुली टेक द सीपीयू बैक. इज इट क्लियर? This is the approach. Now let us discuss this numerical, then you can able to solve others. Okay, starting from the zero. अब देखो मुझे क्या चेक करना है, according to you which process will be executed first? According to you, which process will be executed first here? In the P0, P1, P2 and P3, which process will be executed first? Yes. Which process will be executed first here? P0? Okay. देखो अगर मैं यहाँ पर ये लिखूं, if अगर मैं ये प्रायोरिटीज भूल जाओ, ठीक है, ये अगर हम नहीं लिखते हैं यहाँ पर, if I'll write here priorities 0, 2, 4 and 5, right? Now if I'll say now which process will be executed first this time, if the priority order is this given, at that time which process will be executed? P0 or P3? P0 again. Why is it so? मैंने क्या बोला था, जब तक मेरे पास ऑप्शन एक है, at zero time which process arrives into the system? P0 only. It doesn't make sense here कि P0 की प्रायोरिटी क्या है, ठीक है। जब तक मेरे पास कोई प्रोसेस नहीं है सिस्टम में, मैं ये डिसाइड नहीं कर सकती कि कौन सी किसकी प्रायोरिटी ज्यादा है और किसकी प्रायोरिटी कम है। When I am having options in the system, at that time I will look into the priorities, right? Other than that, if I am having only one process into the system, I will execute P0 first. Fine. So P0 will be executed for how much time? For 10 seconds, because it is a non-primitive approach. Fine. So P0 is executed. राइट, सो P0 मैंने एग्जीक्यूट कर दिया यहाँ पर। अब देखते हैं मेरे पास आफ्टर P0 हैज बीन एग्जीक्यूटेड, for how much second I have been executed P0? 10 seconds, because it is a non-primitive approach. Now 1, 3 and 5 is the arrival time of P1, P2 and P3. Means 3 of the processes arrives into the system, right? Now in between these 3 processes, which will be scheduled first? Which process will be scheduled first now? Now I have to check the priority of the process. अब किसकी प्रायोरिटी हाई है मेरे पास? P1 की, फिर P2 की, फिर P3 की, राइट? तीनों के तीनों प्रोसेस सिस्टम में अराइव हो चुके हैं at 1 second, at 3 second, at 5 second. Fine. But which process is having the highest priority? P1, then P2, then P3. So according to their priority, I will execute. Neglect this line. We will consider the priority as per the highest number. So after that, which process will be executed? P1. Fine. For how much second? 6 seconds. It will become 16. Then P2. For how much seconds? 2 seconds. Then P3. Requirement is 4 seconds. Is it fine? This is how you will execute the processes in priority scheduling according to its priority. Nothing else you have to check it out. आपने और कुछ चेक नहीं करना है, सिर्फ इतना देखना है कि जिस प्रोसेस की प्रायोरिटी मैक्सिमम है उसको मैं उसी ऑर्डर में शेड्यूल कर दूंगी। अब हर प्रोसेस का एग्जिट टाइम बताओ मुझको। व्हाट इज द एग्जिट टाइम? यस, फॉर P0, P1, P2 and P3. What is the exit time? For P0 it is 10, for P1 it is 16, P2 it is 18 and P3 it is 22. It is very simple. Same, the turnaround time you will find out. That is exit time minus arrival time. 10 minus 0, 10, 16 minus 1, 15, 18 minus 3, 15, 22 minus 5, that is 17. Right? The same way you will find the waiting time and the average of waiting and turnaround time. Clear? So this is how you will implement the priority scheduling in a non-primitive fashion. But I am saying priority scheduling in a non-primitive fashion. ये ध्यान रखना है कि अप्रोच कौन सी फॉलो कर रहे हैं हम लोग. नॉन प्रिमिटिव का मतलब समझ में आ रहा है ना. आई विल नॉट टेक CPU back at any cost. Now this is your time. You will do one or two questions. The first question, priority scheduling में आपको priority भी given होगी processes की. Remember. This is your process ID. This is your arrival time. This is your burst time. This is the priority of your process. It's not visible. Okay. It is fine. P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. Arrival time is 2, 0, 1, 1 and 3. Burst time is 4, 2, 5, 6 and 7. Priority is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is visible. Not clear. Okay. The process is P5, P6, P2, P3, P1, P0 and P4. Burst time is 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Priority is 0, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 and 8. I think both of the questions are visible to you. Fine, there are two questions I had given. If you are not able to get any of the value, then please let me know. Okay. You will start doing these questions based on the non-primitive priority scheduling and let me know the exit time of last process and the last process that has been executed for both of the questions. Do it. Ramesh, this is the answer for first question. Okay, others do it fast. Yes, everybody done? First question. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हो गया सबका. Can you solve the first question? Okay. Okay. देखो क्या करना है. I think it is not visible ना. Let me check the screen first. हाँ. Just a minute. Yeah, I'm getting. Give me a minute. हाँ. is visible now, na? Yes. So what is the approach of priority scheduling here is, we are having this example, fine? And when uh, I am having 4 processes here, P0, P1, P2 and P3, ठीक है? हमें क्या चेक करना है, जिस भी प्रोसेस की प्रायोरिटी हाईएस्ट होगी उसे मैं पहले एग्जीक्यूट करूंगी. As per the priority scheduling, the process which is having high priority will be executed first. This is the approach, right? Now this approach having two ways to be executed, primitive and non-primitive. Here we are using non-primitive approach with priority scheduling. What it means, when once a process will be scheduled to the CPU, it will not be forcefully preempted. ठीक है, मतलब अगर मैं एक बार कोई प्रोसेस सीपीयू पे शेड्यूल कर देती हूँ, तो जब तक उसका एग्जीक्यूशन कंप्लीट नहीं हो जाता, तब तक मैं उस प्रोसेस को से सीपीयू वापस नहीं ले सकती. दिस इज व्हाट नॉन प्रिमिटिव अप्रोच सेज. Fair enough. So I am having a priority given within this table with its arrival time and its burst time. अब आपको प्रायोरिटी शेड्यूलिंग में हर एक प्रोसेस के लिए उसके अराइवल टाइम और बर्स्ट टाइम के साथ साथ उसकी प्रायोरिटी भी गिवन होगी. नाउ रिमेंबर, द प्रोसेस विच इज हैविंग maximum number given having the maximum priority, and the process which is having the minimum number given having the minimum priority. फाइन. जो नंबर मिनिमम होगा उसकी प्रायोरिटी मिनिमम होगी, और एज जितना नंबर मैक्सिमम होगा उस प्रोसेस की प्रायोरिटी उतनी ज्यादा मैक्सिमम होगी. Fine. As per P0 having the maximum priority, then P1, then P2, then P3. Fair? Now let's execute this processes as per the priority scheduling. अब देखो, हम हमेशा शुरू करते हैं 0 से, ठीक है? 0 से शुरू किया हमने. At 0 time, which process enters into the system? At time 0, P0. अब प्रायोरिटी तब हम चेक करेंगे ना जब मेरे पास मल्टीपल प्रोसेसेस होंगे सिस्टम में, लेकिन P0 टाइम पे मेरे पास कौन सा प्रोसेस है सिस्टम में? P0. अब उसकी प्रायोरिटी चाहे मैक्सिमम हो या नहीं हो, अभी तक प्रायोरिटी की बात नहीं हमने डिस्कस की है. मेरे पास अभी तक सिस्टम में एक ही प्रोसेस था, P0. उसकी प्रायोरिटी जो भी हो, आई डोंट केयर नाउ, बट मेरे पास सबसे पहला प्रोसेस ही P0 है, तो 10 सेकंड तक मैं उसे एग्जीक्यूट करूंगी. क्यों? क्योंकि अप्रोच क्या है? नॉन प्रिमिटिव. फाइन. सो 10 सेकंड तक सबसे पहले कौन सा प्रोसेस एग्जीक्यूट होगा? P0. Now after 10 seconds, P1, P2 and P3 arrives at 1, 3 or 5. Fine. So at 1, 3 or 5, 3 of the processes arrives into the system. 1, 3 और 5 पे तीनों आ चुके हैं. अब जब तीनों प्रोसेस सिस्टम में एंटर हो चुके हैं, तो पहले किसको मिलना चाहिए? Now the decision maker is the priority. Now the decision maker is a priority because we are applying, implementing priority scheduling here. तो priority किसकी सबसे ज्यादा है? P1 की, फिर P2 की और फिर P3 की. This is the sequence of priority. Yes or no? Right? So P1 will be executed first with how much seconds? 6 seconds, because it is a non-primitive approach. नॉन प्रिमिटिव है ना, मैं एक बार पूरा का पूरा ही मुझे उसे एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ेगा. आफ्टर दैट P2 will be executed for how much seconds? 2 seconds. Then P3 will be executed for how much seconds? 4 seconds. Done? Now it is clear, everyone? Yes, guys? Do these questions now. Do it. Process ID is given, arrival time is given, burst time is given, and priority is given. This is the priority of each process. The last column. Execute karo. Which process will be executed last? In first and second both. And what is the exit time of the last process? Yes, quick. What is the exit time of first question? Exit time of the first process in the first question. एग्जिट टाइम बताओ पहले। देखो एक बात बताओ मुझको, अगर आपसे ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए पेपर में कि व्हाट इज द एग्जिट टाइम ऑफ द लास्ट प्रोसेस, सो विदाउट कैलकुलेटिंग द which process will be executed last, you can calculate the exit time. You can. So one is saying 24. Okay, so it is very simple. You can just calculate the total of burst time. That would be the exit time of last process, right? If somebody will ask you the exit time of the last process, it will be the total of the burst time. If the first process arrives at time 0 in the system, if the process arrives, if any process arrives into the system at 0, if the arrival time starts from 1, अगर अराइवल टाइम आपका 1 से स्टार्ट होता है, फॉर एग्जांपल ये 0 ना हो, यहाँ पर 1 ही हो, तब आपका जो एग्जिट टाइम है वो यहाँ पर +1 हो जाएगा, क्योंकि जो 0 से 1 के लिए है वो तो आइडल है ना। आर यू गेटिंग? This kind of questions can be asked in your multiple choice questions. Without calculating, you can find out by just calculating the total time. That would be the exit time of the last process. Are you getting? Yes, then what is the exit time in question number 2 for last process? It is 23, 8, 4, 12, 3, 15 to 17, 4, 21. Yes, it is 23, correct. अब जल्दी से बताओ कौन सा प्रोसेस लास्ट में एग्जीक्यूट होगा दोनों क्वेश्चंस में। एग्जिट टाइम 24, एग्जिट टाइम 23। चलिए, द प्रोसेस विल बी एग्जीक्यूटेड एट लास्ट इन फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। In first it is P1. Okay, and in second, Ramesh is saying P3, P3, second will be P3. Okay, let us check. Let us verify your answers. So we are having for first question, first of all, starting from 0, which process comes? P2. So P2 will be executed no matter the priority is here. P2 requirement is 2 seconds, right? So till 2, P3, P4 and P1. Now P3, P4 and P1 में priority किसकी ज्यादा है? पहले P3 की बात करें, P4 की और P1 की, तो प्रायोरिटी किसकी ज्यादा है? P4 की। फिर उसके बाद P2 तो हम एग्जीक्यूट कर ही चुके हैं, P1 की और फिर P3 की। ठीक है, तो अभी P5 तो सिस्टम में एंटर ही नहीं हुआ, नहीं तो इसकी हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी थी, तो पहले P4 एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा। कितने सेकंड के लिए? 6 सेकंड के लिए। तो 8 done till the P4 enters P1 and P3. This is the sequence, but at 3 arrival time इसकी प्रायोरिटी इससे इन दोनों से ज्यादा है, तो पहले P5 एग्जीक्यूट होगा। अब क्या होगी सीक्वेंस? P5, P1 और P3, राइट? तो P5 with 7 burst time, then P1 burst time कितना है? 4, then P3, what is the burst time? 5. Done. So the last process that will be executed is P3 in first question. Correct? Coming to the P2, coming to the second question. At time 0, which process arrives? P6. तो बिना कुछ देखे P6 से एग्जीक्यूट होगा, प्रायोरिटी अभी तक हमें नहीं चाहिए। What is the execution time? 4 सेकेंड, राइट। अब 4 सेकेंड तक बताओ प्रायोरिटी की सीक्वेंस। 4 सेकेंड्स तक सारे प्रोसेस आ चुके हैं। Till 4 seconds, each process arrives into your system. So you know the sequence. Till 4 seconds तक तो सारी sequence पता चली जानी चाहिए। What is the sequence of processes? P4, then P0, then P1. After that P5, फिर P6 already execute हो चुका है, P2, then P3. This is the sequence. So P4 will be executed. What is the burst time? 3 seconds. Then P0 burst time 5 seconds. After that P1 requirement is 4 seconds. After that P1 done, P0 done, P4 done. P5 requirement is 2 seconds. P5 done. P2, what is the requirement of P2? 2 seconds again. After that P3, what is the requirement? 3 seconds. Done. So this is how you will execute the processes based on the priority. Is it clear with everyone? Now any doubt to anyone? Okay. Then do one another question. Last question karo. With for the same you have to find the turnaround time and waiting time. ठीक है? चलिए. You are having process ID, arrival time, burst time, and priority of the process. You are having A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Right? Arrival time is arrival time is 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right? Burst time is 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, and 4. Priority is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do it. Find out the exit time. Which process will be executed last? And what is the exit time of the last process? सबसे पहले तो ये बता दो मेरे को. Find out the average turnaround time and average waiting time of the processes. Do it. Some are saying 27, some are saying 28. Let me check. It is 28. It is not 27 because the starting time is 1 second, not 0. चलिए फटाफट से फाइंड आउट करो which process will be executed last and what is the average waiting time and average turnaround time. Quick. This time you guys will give the answers. Non-primitive. Yes, yes. Which process will be executed last? Yes. C process will be executed last at 28 seconds, right? What is the average turnaround time? What is the average turnaround time and waiting time? Find out. Yes, Himang. What is your answer? Yes, what is the average waiting time and turnaround time? अरे इतनी देर लगाओगे फाइंड आउट करने में? इतना सबका हो गया है? The last process and the exit time of the last process. Okay, let me draw the chart, then you can able to find the exit time of each process. जीरो पे कोई भी प्रोसेस नहीं है, तो आइडल टाइम हुआ. आफ्टर दैट which process arrives? B at time 1. For how much second it required? 3. So it is 4 now. राइट? 4 सेकेंड तक कौन कौन से प्रोसेस आ चुके हैं? ए और जी को छोड़कर. तो यहाँ से इन सब में से प्रायोरिटी देखो किसकी है? एफ, ई, डी और सी. तो पहले एफ को, ठीक है, एफ को हम एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे विथ 6 बर्स्ट टाइम. तब तक हमारे पास ए और जी भी आ चुके हैं, तो ए और जी में से प्रायोरिटी किसकी है? पहले जी की, तो सीक्वेंस विल बिकम जी, देन इट विल ई, then A, then D, then C. So this is the sequence. तो G देख लो, फिर E, फिर A, फिर D और लास्ट में C. तो G की रिक्वायरमेंट देखो कितनी है? 4 units, E की 5 units, then A की 2 burst time, D 3 और C की 4. Done. So this is the exit time of each process you are having, and here hence you can find the turnaround time and waiting time. इतना सबका करेक्ट है? Done. So we are closing this session here with that. With that primitive priority scheduling, we will discuss in the next session, right?